Dragon's Den star Deborah Meaden has divided opinion over her decision to keep wearing face coverings. Posting this picture on Twitter, she said that she'll continue to wear a mask today and every day until, she says, I hear a science-based argument on why wearing a mask is no longer needed to protect those more vulnerable than me. What do you think about that, Janet?
Well, Deborah's entitled to her opinions, but I think most people are now very, very confused about whether we're meant to be wearing a mask or not. And just looking at the newspapers this morning, I see that most supermarkets are still asking people to wear masks and sanitise their hands when they enter the stores. But then a lot of shops are not bothering. So I'm confused. And when you go on the London Underground, up till today, you were meant to be wearing a mask, but I think that's going to change. I don't know what a mask really does now, but I think the result of the last 2 years is that a lot of older people are terrified to take their masks off. And I frequently see people walking around the street, both in London and in countryside towns, wearing a mask in the open air. And I feel like saying, please take it off, because I think that we've become almost too fearful. And I don't really know what a mask does. I mean, in a crowded room or on a crowded train carriage, well, yes, it might stop you if you're coughing and sneezing, giving germs to other people.
I mean, there's loads of different science, journals and websites, obviously, but I was looking on nature.com and they sort of basically say that a mask, there is evidence that it can reduce transmission both sort of at you and from you. But I agree. I mean, in a way, I suppose it's about personal choice, isn't it? And yes, Sadiq Khan, Mayor of London, has said actually that now a face covering will no longer be a condition of carriage, but they still recommend it. So I suppose it'll be the same with the signs on the doors of shops, is that what they now can't do is if you choose not to wear a face covering, they can't say to you that you have to. Because those sort of national guidelines have now gone. Where are you on this, Linda?
Oh, well, I think it's up to the individual, really. I mean, obviously, older people, more vulnerable people feel more comfortable wearing masks than that. I mean, I have one with me all the time, and if I was going to the theatre or maybe the cinema, then maybe I'd wear one because there's a lot of people around and that. But I just think it's up to you, really. I mean, we've had 2 years of having to wear masks. I'll always have one in my pocket just in case, or in my bag. But I won't be wearing one out in the open, definitely not.
No, I do think that's... I think you're right, Janet. It's become such a sort of a condition of life almost, isn't it? I think it's going to take people a long time to actually get to the point that they take them off. What about you?
Yeah, I mean, Deborah's opinion doesn't offend me. We all have different opinions. That's how she feels, and that's fine. I mean, I'm quite similar to Linda, where I carry it because I have to go to a lot of appointments in hospitals, and I don't want to get turned away for not having one. But I just think it's at your discretion. I support it not being mandatory.
Yeah.